Mi hija está en algún lado.
Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Facundo and I hope you're doing fine. Today I'm here to talk about the Eternaut, a new Netflix TV show from Argentina. Let's dig in. The other day I was scrolling through Instagram and then I saw a guy talking about toys in a new Argentinian TV show on Netflix. And he was talking about Merman from He-Man and Vecna from Stranger Things. So I thought, yeah, sounds good and I love toys. So I was like, yeah, let's check it out. So that the TV show The Eternaut was very high ranked in Sweden and also in the rest of the world. The show is breaking through everywhere. So I was like, oh, I didn't actually know what to expect. But when I started watching, I thought, oh, I know this story since before. Because I actually read the comic book, The Eternaut, but I didn't know that the comic book, The Eternaut, was actually from Argentina. I knew the show was going to be something special because I knew the story. Within the first 10 minutes, I was completely hooked. The story was scary in this quiet, creeping way, how the ordinary slowly turned into something terrifying. And the wild part, the characters hadn't even stepped outside yet. The danger was already closing in and they were still trapped inside the house. It's December and you can see Santa Claus and things like that all over the place because December in Argentina means summer and people are out and having fun, they're in the pools, they're having asado and the windows open, but then suddenly it starts snowing. Quietly, gently, no sound, no warning at all, just white snowflakes falling from the sky. At first, the characters are confused, but one of them, El Russo, he starts to panic. He can't take it anymore. He steps outside and he gets unalived instantly when the snow touches his skin. And that's it. That moment, it shocked me because that's when you realize this isn't just weather. There's something else, something deadly going on. And something instant. After that moment with the snow, everything changes. The house that was a nice place where everybody was having fun and playing El Truco wasn't this nice cozy home anymore. It had become a bunker. The characters have to think fast, they have to improvise and figure out what's going on. All while knowing that the outside world is becoming more and more dangerous by the minute. The main character, Juan Salvo, he isn't a superhero, he's just a regular guy trying to protect his family and survive. And that is what makes this so powerful. The tension doesn't come from action scenes, it comes from watching these people face the unknown together. And from there, it only gets weirder, more chilling, more unforgettable. But I won't spoil what happens next. You really need to experience this by yourself. I really recommend Eternaut. What makes the Eternaut even more intense for me is that it's not just fiction, it's rooted in real painful history. The original comic book was written in 1957 by Héctor Germán Oesterheld and illustrated by Francisco Solano López. On the surface, it's a survival sci-fi story, but underneath, it's about something much deeper, the fight against invisible oppression and fear. Actually, now it's going to be some Facundo lore for you. Actually, I was born in Argentina during the military occupation. And some of my first memories are when some military came inside our house and one of the military guys put a gun into my face and asking me and my brother where our parents were. But the thing is, we didn't know. So, and our parents understood that our time was up. We had to escape because there was no chance to survive in Buenos Aires. And one of my uncles, he already had disappeared and was never heard of again. The thing is also that the writer Héctor Germán Oesterheld, who wrote this story, The Eternaut, he was also taken and nobody heard anything about him again. Also, his daughter was taken and killed. The Eternaut is more than just a story, it's a memory, it's a warning and a tribute. The Eternaut is a story that reminds us of something essential. No one survives alone, and it's not about one lone hero, it's about people working together, protecting each other and standing up against something much bigger than themselves. The enemies in the Eternaut aren't just monsters or aliens, they're allegories. The possessed humans, the strange creatures, the invisible threat, it all stands in for something much darker. Fascism, control, dehumanization. By the end of the show, you start to realize you've seen these things before. It's that same kind of social commentary we've seen hidden in zombie stories and alien invasion stories, where the real threat isn't the creatures, the zombies, the monsters, it's what people become under fear and pressure. But Eternaut, it did it first. These ideas, the attention, the message that we need to work together, that started in this Argentinian comic book decades ago. This show is more than just science fiction story. It's a reflection of things that happens in the world, things we've seen before, and sadly we still see today. And maybe the hardest part, the enemies aren't always monsters. Some of them are just regular people. They might be your friends, they're your neighbors, and your loved ones who's been taking over mind control. They're not evil, but they've been turned into weapons. So what do you do? Fight them and risk to becoming like the enemy, or try to save them, even if it feels impossible? What would you do? The Eternaut doesn't give you easy answers, it challenges you, it stays with you. And maybe that's why it matters so much. And while it was written in Argentina decades ago, the truth is some of what happened back then still echoes around the world today. That's part of why this story is finding new life now and why it still resonates so deeply. Because in the end, it reminds us we survive by standing together. Thank you for listening, and I hope you're doing fine. Have you been through something like this, like I have? Or have you seen the TV show, The Eternaut, and how did it affect you? Please write it down in the comments because I really want to know and connect. So, please don't forget to give a like, and why not subscribe? Then we can hang more together. Okay, bye bye hugs, take care, bye bye hugs.
Pom pom pom, pachom pachom chom, quédate, pom pom.